Loops in Python set number 5. Carrying on with the program list. Where is the program list? Here is the program list. And in this time, we are going to work on first to begin with program number 10 and then come back to question number 8 and 9 I know which are due because in the previous video I had shown up to question number 7. So this 10th one is a special series. It is called a Fibonacci series. And do you know in this series what happens? In this series, every time a new term is created with the help of sum of the previous two terms. So if you are adding the previous two terms, then only you get the third term. So you see here, you can see there are three terms taken. Term 1 is 1, term 2 is 1, and term 3 is term 1 plus term 2. And in the range goes from how many terms you want to take. That means as many number of terms are there. So R goes from 1 to n if n is considered as a number of terms. Printing the first term T1. And after printing T1, you see T1 loses its value and gets T2. T2 loses its value and gets T3. And T3 loses its current value and gets the sum. That means if you look into this one, this is how I started. And after I finished printing this term, that is first term, after printing the first term, my term number 1 does not exist here anymore. It goes over to where term number 2 is. And once I allot term number 1 the value of term number 2, term number 2 does not stay where it was. It goes over to term number 3. And after I allot the value of term number 3 to term number 2, this term number 3 moves over to where the sum of the term 1 and term 2 takes it to. So in this way, the numbers keep walking ahead step by step. So let me show this output to you, and the output will be like, if I run it once again, I had kept one set ready for you. You see, for n as 8, this was the series coming. If I take n as 10, the similar kind of series will come. And I can show you with one more variety here. I can make this thing for a change as a 2, but that will not be called Fibonacci series, I make this 5. I should remove the term Fibonacci series from here because this series will not be the same which is visible. So I'll remove this also. Can you make a guess what will come if I replace term 1 by 2 and term 2 by 5? Please make your guess. Pause the video, make your guess. Only after you make your guess, you should come to this rest of the video and see the answer. Okay, here, test yourself. Then, here is the output. Let me enter the number of term as 8. If I enter the number of term as 8, 2, yes, then 5, yes, and then 7 is coming from, you say, then 12 is coming from, then 19 is coming from. Okay, so in this way, you should be able to picturize the movement of the variables for Fibonacci series. You may have to go over it all over once again. So now after that, I will move on to the next. The next is question number 8. This one. This one is the sum of series. So let me show the answer of the sum of the series ones to you, and then I'll explain that other one. Okay. Okay, here comes the program of sum of series for you. Sum of series means add all the numbers from a given source number, starting number, to the number of terms that have been told. So if you look at this one, it is starting with 1. It's going on adding one after another the numbers that is generated. It is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 like that. Now, in order to add all the numbers, the way of doing it with the help of a loop is generate the variable that has to be generated one by one with the help of a for loop in range. It starts with R begins with 1. In meantime, assume the upper limit as n. I have put 5 in it for showing you. Look at the left side of the screen, and S to store the result. And 1 is the first value. So what happens is when R is equal to 1, the variable S gets a value of 0 plus 1, which makes it a resulting value of 1, and that becomes the new value of S. After that, R gets incremented by 1 and becomes 2. So when R becomes 2, Then s becomes 1 plus 2, which brings a value of 3 in it, and then r becomes 3. When r becomes 3, s becomes 3 plus 3, which will bring 6 in it, and then r becomes 4, which brings 6 plus 4 in s, making it 10, and then r becomes 5, and which brings 10 plus 5 in s, making it 15. This work is done in the loop in this way that one by one, as r is generated, the new value is created in s, and finally s is printed. So what I can do here is I will first show this output to you, and when you see this output, you will figure out how the program is giving result depending on the variable supplied in n. Okay. See the output screen. Here I have n, I am entering 5 in n. Do you see the result coming as 15? What do you think will happen if I enter 6? Do you think it will be something connected to 15? Yes, it is, because with n as 6, the result is 15 plus 6, because I am adding one more number of the same series, right? So if the sum from 1 to 5 is 15, then the sum from 1 to 6 is 15 plus 6 is 21. I can even show you here how the output can be decorated, and it can show you which variable is becoming what when. So if r is r, and this will be comma, and s is equal to, now you see, if I run this once more, I guess you will get to see a modified answer. Let me show you this output once again, and if I enter 6 once again, see how the output is coming. The output is coming with, when r is 1, s is 0, and then is becoming 1. Then when r is 2, then it is adding 1 plus 2 and is becoming 3. And in this way, it's going on adding the value of r to the value of s and is generating the next s. So finally, when r is 6, s is becoming 15 plus 6, and the result is becoming 21. Okay. With this, I need to also show you. Now, this one you may have to repeat once more all over to figure out how the variable is moving and how the output is coming. I need to show you the next series from the list, and I would like to show the code to you. Here is the third one of the list of today. So in this one, I would like to bring your attention to the product of the series. The product of the series is by multiplying the numbers, multiplying a set of numbers. So in the previous one, when you saw the numbers were getting added, how they were getting added? They were adding, like, the next one is added to the result, and the next one is added to the result, and the result is getting modified each time. Here also similarly, P is storing the result, but we cannot start P with 0, because if you start P with 0, as in case of sum, then we will go on getting a bigger 0 each time, because anything multiplied to 0 ends up in a bigger 0 only. Don't you think so? So this time we need to take care of starting P with 1 and multiply the next number to it. The result gets modified, multiply the next number to it. So if I have got 1 here, then P is 1. Then R, when R becomes 2, then P becomes 1 into 2 as 2. But note, third time when R becomes 3, it becomes 2 into 3, which is 6. Then when R is equal to 4, then 6 4s are 24 is the new value of P, and when R is equal to 5, then 24 into 5 is 120. Yes, I know that is the result. So I would like to show you the output once. When I will show you this output, you will see the output. Yes. See, with 120, how the numbers are coming. I have put this print statement inside the loop so that when you see the output, you can relate to which variable is becoming what. When R is 1, P is 1. R is 2, P is 1 into 1, the previous value. Then 2 into 2. No. This, where is the variable? Right. 1 gets modified to 2. Then 2 into 3 is the new value of 6. Then 6 into 4 is the new value of overwriting 6. Then 24 into 5 is the final value, which is getting printed out of the loop. Okay, this has become a a bit of a heavy video. You may have to see them few more times if you would like to become transparently understand them. Okay.